The little magic gear. Most terrible cold it snowed, and was nearly quite dark, and evening, the last evening of the year. In this cold darkness, there went along the street a poor little girl, barefooted and white naked feet. When she left home, she had slippers on. It is true, but what was the good of that? They were very large slippers, which her mother has turtle worn, so large were they, and the four little wings lost them as the surface away across the street because of two cars that rolled by dreadful fast. One sleeper was one here to be found, the other hand be lying of by an urchin and of the run with it. He tongued it would capitally for a quietly when he someday or other son have children himself. So the little man walked on white her tiny naked feet that he gated red and blue from cold. She carried a quantity of matches in an old apron, and she handed a button of them in her hand. Nobody had bought anything of her the world loving day. No one had give her a single farthing. She creepily along, traveling with cold and hunger, a very picture of sorrow. The poor little things, the flakes of snow covered her long fair hair, which fell in beautiful curls around her neck, but of that, of course, she never once noted. From a window scarlet were gleaming and slim so delicious of rasgals. For you know, it was New Year's ever, yes, of that she thought. In a corner formed by two houses, of which one and advanced more than other he sainted herself, though and covered together. Her myself feet she had drawn close up to her, but she grew colder and colder, and to go home she did not venture, for she had no solely any matches and could not bring a farthing of money. From her father she would centrally he'd blown, and at home it was cold, for over she had only the roof, through which the wind whistled, even though the largest cracks were stripped of with straw and rags. Her little hands were almost numb with cold, or a much meant for her word comfort if she only dared take a single one out of the bundle, draw it against the well, and warm fingers by it. She drank on out, reaches how it based his brown. It was round, bright flame, like a uncannily, and she held her hand over it. It was one full light. It seemed really to the little maid and thought she were sitting before a large iron stove with burnished brass fed and brass armed. a tube to fire burned with shoes blazed influence. It warns on delightfully. The little girl had ruddy stretch of her feet to warm to them too, but the smell flame when no vanish. She had only remains of brown out match it had. She roamed another against the wall. It burned brightly, and where the light fell on the wall, there the wall became transparent like a veil, so that she could see into the room. On the table was spread a snow white tablecloth. Upon this was a splendid porcelain service, and the rose glass was steaming famous with its proofing of apple and red blooms, and what was still more capital to Heinlein was the glass happening down from the dish revelate about the forward knife and forming the breast. Did it come up to the poor little girl when the match went out to night, but the nick cold drum wall was left vacant. She lit another match. Now there she was sitting under the most magnificent Christmas tree. It was still large and more decorated than the which she had through the glass door in the rich mechanic's house. The 2,000 of leaves were burning on the green branches and gayly colored pictures such the hands see in the shop windows looked upon here. The little maid stretched out her hands down. Then, when the match went out, the leaves of the Christmas tree rose higher and higher. She was dim, no a star in heaven, fell down on the former a long thread of fire. Someone is who's that? Sighed the little girl from old mother, the only person who had loved her and who was no more. Had told her that when star falls and slowly ascend to God. She drove another match against the wall. It was again light, and the loser there stood the old grandmother, so bright and radiant, so mild and with such an expression of love. Grandmother cried to little one.